Aaron, I know that this is where you really wanted to go to start because of what happened earlier. Germany, Munich, Seattle, Tampa Bay. The Bucks win this one 21-16, move to 5-5. Seahawks 6-4. We are slowly starting to see the return of Tom Brady. And you know what? I really like this game from the Bucs side of things. They didn't have Tom Brady throw it 50 times in this game. He only threw it 29, and he was efficient. 22 of 29, 258, 2 tutties. Sure, he had an interception, but this is the slow return of Mr. Tom Brady. And Aaron, before we get into talking about the Bucs win here, I want to say this ridiculous stat. This ridiculous stat. Tom Brady just adds another little chip to his resume here. Brady now becomes the first quarterback to win in 4 different countries. He's won in America, he's won in England, he's won in Mexico, and now he has won in Germany. The first quarterback to ever win in 4 different countries. Now, to the real analysis of this game. Aaron, your takeaways from the Bucs win.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., born August 3rd, 1977, is back, baby. He's back. He's not going anywhere. Giselle's gone. We get it. I'm sorry he had to go through this divorce, but I think there has been a mental weight lifted off of Tom Brady's shoulders, and it has allowed this team to reap the benefits. Listen, Tom Brady looked like Tom Brady. I get it. They still only scored 21 points, but the running game, 161 yards on the ground. They were running the football, 85 QBR. He went 22 of 29, 258. They played solid defense. They stopped the Seattle Seahawks from moving the ball down the field early in that game. Seahawks got things going, great adjustments at halftime. Shout out to Pete Carroll for that. But Tampa Bay was able to hold on and get the win, a big win, a much-needed win. We know they're going to be in the playoffs because they're going to win that division by default. And when you get in the playoffs and Thomas Brady is under center, you have a shot. And so Thomas is back. This guy right here, the combine king, all that hard rock of a muscle right there, 6-pack abs and all. He's back, baby. The GOAT is back.
This is what I was trying to talk about before, and I think this was different than what we saw last year, and maybe we're jumping on this too early, but with these teams that are almost guaranteed a playoff spot, you can't overreact to their struggles, and I feel like we almost did that this season with the Bucs, and their struggles were real. And their struggles are still real. I don't know if their offensive line is still going to be able to hold up when it comes down to it. I don't know if they're going to be able to win games when it comes down to it against the better teams in this league. But we have been giving Seattle credit for a very long time now. For all season, we've been very high. So let's not shrug this off like it's just another win for the Bucs and it's just the Seahawks. Because the Seahawks, this is a great win for the Bucs. This is a great win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and for the Seattle Seahawks standpoint, or for beating the Seattle Seahawks, this team has been scoring points all season, and one of the biggest strengths of this Tampa Bay team has been that defense, and they showed up again in this game, forcing the Seahawks to score their lowest points of the season since week 2, which was against the 49ers, who are also a very, very good defense. I am afraid, Aaron. I'm a scared little man. I am a scared little dude because the world let Tom Brady come back into this. They didn't kill Brady when they had the chance. The Falcons did not win the NFC South when they had the chance. The Saints couldn't do it. They had the chance, and they kept Tom Brady in it.
And
it's game over, man.
Brady. You can't kill Brady.
You just can't.
You can't kill Brady. Brady's the GOAT, man. Listen, I know I talk a lot about Patrick Mahomes on here, but we all understand who the greatest quarterback of all time is, and it's this guy. It's Tom Brady. And it's not – it's his will to win. It's his – and you see it, like you just see it. I'm telling you right now, and I don't want to keep making light of this, but there is something mental about having that weight lifted off of his shoulder. You can see it. He looks like a more confident, comfortable individual with it just having some closure Julio Jones is look at Julio. The resurrection of Julio Jones is back. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Godwin. So Fournette went out. That's okay. You got Rachaad White. He's a young, talented player. Cade Otton played really, really well. Cameron Brate is back, and that defense is solid. That defense held Seattle to 1 for 9 on third down, while Tom Brady in that offense went 10 of 15 on third down. 10 of 15, insane. Great win for Tampa. Like you said, you can't discredit this win because Seattle has played really good football throughout this year. And Tampa Bay put up 400 yards on that defense that had gotten better, and they played really well. It's even with 2 turnovers. Like Brady threw a pick and Leonard Fournette threw a pick, and they were still able. They were still able to put up enough points to win the game. Shout out to Tampa Bay. I think that I don't want to say, like I said Tom Brady is back. I don't think Tampa is back quite yet, but over the next 3 weeks or before the 3rd week, they have a couple of games that they can get right. They go Browns, Saints. I think those are winnable games. They should win it. Leads into that matchup with the 49ers and Bengals, and I think those are their last 2 tough games of the year. You're looking at another 10-win season for Tampa Bay, 9-10 wins, and which will easily win that division because it's just so bad.
Yeah, and this was a game, and like you brought up Rachaad White, and he deserves a lot of credit too. You've been saying, and you've been high on him possibly taking over, at least for fantasy sides of things, going out and getting him, because in this game, 22 carries, 105 yards. Leonard Fournette goes down, maybe starting to see a slow change of the guard at the running back position for the Bucs. As they win this one. Any takeaways from the Seahawks? They kept it close. 21-16 is not a score to be disappointed at. Is there anything to take away from the Seahawks here? You're on mute.
My squeaky chair always makes me put it on mute. Slow start in this one. They didn't get off to a good start. Couldn't get the running game going. I thought that was the biggest difference in the game. We saw Ken Walker in the past had been getting, off pretty loose, pretty easily. 10 carries, 17 yards. That ain't going to cut it. He did some work in the passing game, but that's not really where you're going to impact the defense. And I think that was the problem. Only 39 yards rushing in the game. I thought that was huge. But Seattle did get things going. Geno picked it up in the second half. I like that they were resilient and fought. And Geno still ended up playing pretty well. I think Seattle's for real as far as an offense and just as a team in being somebody that is going to have an opportunity to win football games. I don't think they'll have much success in the playoffs, but I do think that they can get there. And I think that that's a step. That's a huge step for Seattle. I think we have to temper our expectations and understand what we thought this team was going to be versus where they're at now. They are a much, much further ahead of where we thought they were at in their rebuild process than they actually are. And you give this team a year or two working together with all that young talent, improving, they're going to be right back contending for division titles and chances to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I think I like the point about the Ken Walker. That's the key to this offense, I think, is being able to get Ken Walker going and running the ball, opening things up for Geno Smith to make plays. But the Seahawks do fall to the Buccaneers 21-16.